Walking on eggshells as a child builds calluses on our feet, so we can more easily tiptoe through the shattered lives of others and the shrapnel of our own unhealthy relationships. They say children who grow up in chaotic homes are more likely to become addicts and struggle to control things and people. I never knew when I'd fuck something up, and living with this perpetual anxiety makes me reach for things to numb and soothe myself as an adult. I always had butterflies in my stomach as a child, and they remained there until the first time I tried alcohol. That's all it took for me. For decades, I drenched these fluttering bastards in whiskey until their wings crumbled and stuck together, only for them to return in the morning having tripled in volume. It was hard work being an alcoholic pest controller. When I was in 3rd grade, I had my first bully, named Sherry. She would wait for me at the corner on my bike ride home from school. We lived on a fucking circle, and it never occurred to me to just go the other way, but I think it excited me. She was so pretty and terrifying and bad. She smoked cigarettes, and her parents were divorced, which in my 8-year-old mind was as dire as it could get. She'd stand on the corner smoking Marlboro menthol lights she stole from her mother, and right when she'd come into my line of sight, I'd slow down to delay the inevitable, but also just to watch her. Sometimes if she looked particularly pissed off, I'd stop down the block, flip my bike over, and pretend to work on it. Neighbors would come outside to ask if everything was okay, and annoyed, I'd wave them off. "Yep, just having a look," I'd say, then return my gaze to Sherry, nursing her cigarettes and crushing them into the sidewalk with her Converse, pacing in tight circles. On days we did meet, she would grab me by my backpack and pull me around, push me to the ground, and kick me with her feet. She'd ask, "What makes you think you're so cool?" And it always baffled me, because above all else, I was not cool. When she spoke this way, she went into a trance, her husky voice parroting phrases she must have heard at home, where she was doled out much harsher punishments than being jerked around by the handle of a hot pink JanSport. I'd imagine her crying, begging, disembodied hands pushing her around the house, slapping her across the face, a single indignant tear rolling down her reddened cheeks. I remember hearing Phil Collins' In Too Deep in the car, and it made me think of her. I don't know why, but a specific instrument that sounds like a gentle tap on hollow wood. One week, she didn't wait for me a single day, and it both worried and relieved me. Had she come to realize her behavior was wrong? Was I no longer cool? I heard from classmates that she had moved counties to live with her dad. I was distraught and confused. Gone were the days of working on my bicycle with a purple highlighter, watching from a safe distance cigarette smoke curl around her hands and face, shifting her lithe body weight from one blooming hip to the other, waiting for me. I missed my beautiful bully. Her sister, whose name escapes me now, had recently been hit and killed by a car. I recall meeting her ex-boyfriend at a Starbucks, and he mused that he was glad she was dead, because she was the meanest person he'd ever met. I nonchalantly asked if he knew what had become of Sherry, and he said that she moved to California. I saw her a decade later around Christmas time inside a thrift store where I was purchasing vintage men's pants. We locked eyes, and I saw the realization spread across her face. She was more gorgeous than ever, but turned away before she could see me smile. I bought pants that I didn't notice had pee stains inside until I got home, and then I told my parents that I think I might be gay.